I'm massively missing it. You know, my personality is being with people. I'm a people person. I need to be with people, and you know that's why I took this job on anyway. But I need to be with them, and I know that most of them like talking to me. I know that, but there's one or two, man. But I know they all. I just want to be out there now, and I want to make sure that we're trying to do some good again, and see if we can support clubs. But yeah, I think my role is about being with people, and it has been a struggle at times. So you know, I can't wait to meet you all again, and I can't wait to get these ambassador meetings going, visits to clubs, and you know, see if we can help all we can, because you know, hopefully you recognise that we are here to help here as a foundation. I just miss being with people and interacting with the clubs and general day-to-day stuff. We actually, in the background, me and Helen Schofield, who's my colleague in that side of things, we've actually been in a voluntary capacity. We've been looking into different projects and stuff that we could possibly do with them, but we've actually been putting out you know, like calls to people and making sure clubs are all right, and then working with the World Cup Legacy Fund, because a lot of things got cut short for us. So there is actually things that are still ongoing, that are on hold, that are part of our jobs that people need to you know, need an update on, really. So in a voluntary capacity, we have been talking to people. We've got the coach education and coaching courses that we run, which is linked to the community clubs directly in the coaches, for the coaches. And we were halfway through one of those courses. So, you know, we've been checking up on coaches, see if they're all right, checking that there's a lot of offers being out there as well. Barla and the RFL have been putting out funding streams and stuff, and opportunities for funding. So we've been just moving that information on in a voluntary capacity, obviously, moving that information on to clubs. So we are actually keeping in contact with the clubs in a voluntary capacity. We've driven some of that as well. We've had some competitions going as well, which have been fantastic. But they've been doing their own stuff as well, and they've been linking up with some of the sports apps to do competitive press up, you know, things, and doing lots of sporting activities against other clubs as well through the RFL. The RFL have been very good as well in the way the skills stuff and nutrition and apps that they've got out there. So yeah, I think the clubs themselves have been quite self-motivated, and we've actually, rather than directly doing that for them, we've been supporting them in that way to push them that way onto such things. So there's been a lot of things out there that we're making sure clubs know about, and then they're getting involved, and as I say, they're doing it themselves, they're driving that, and keeping the, you know, they've got these passing competitions going where they do a video and they're passing it on to the next person, and you know, with the Rhinos challenge stuff, we do that competition, you know. So I think that for a smallish game, you know, with it nationally, it's a very, very big family, and you know, we're all helping each other and striving to make sure that this game, and that is our priority, this game survived at professional and most importantly grassroots level, because you can't have a development grassroots level without a professional game. So the whole game has come together, and I'm so proud of that the whole game seems to be helping each other. I think rugby league is quite unique in that way, that, you know, when the backs are to the wall, they do actually pull together, and you know, it's an highly competitive sport, we know that, and you know, there's battles on the pitches, but you know, but everybody's there to help each other, and you've seen that. We've seen that out there. We've seen it on social media. We see direct, you know, contact with people and talking to people, that, You know, they want your Dridlingtons and your East Leeds and, you know, your West Leeds or whoever, Guisleys, whoever. They all want them to do well because we need to be there. We need to be there after COVID, and we need to make sure that financially and supportive wise that we're there to help them as well. You know, because one, it's our job, but two, you know, it's a game we love and we want to see it flourish again, don't we? You know, it's more than a game. It's absolutely more than a game. It's a way of life for a lot of people in this city, and generational as well. You know, I mean, I've been involved with this game for 50 years. You know, nearly, and we've got an heritage Leeds and District heritage project that we've created. There's 2,200 members on there now. There's stuff coming out of the woodwork about the game as it was, and how there were a lot more teams around and a lot more cups around and sevens competitions, and people are talking about bringing that back for the youngsters and getting more involved again. So I think the heritage thing came at the right time for COVID, because, you know, the posts and that have gone onto that group, and also a lot of the pictures and things, the young ones are seeing it and they know that they're realising the heritage of even the amateur game in this city is huge. And it's, like I said earlier, it's embedded in people's lives generationally. You know, I know from me, you know, playing over in Leeds 9 as a kid and growing up round there, how many teams there was, and still talking to people in the 70s, you know, about that. And Bernard Schumann, he's a massive player in that area. He drives that, and he's an inspiration to me. He's Bernard, and, you know, if I can be as good as him, you know, or half as good as him, you know, to continue on his work, that would be fantastic, wouldn't it? You know, to keep the heritage of this game. But it all links. It's generational, as I say. Whether you're an under-8 just starting, or you're a you know, nostalgic 80-year-old that played for Woodhouse in 1955. It's the game is embedded in this city. There's a bit of a assumption of what's going to happen, but me and Helen again, we've been looking into you know, with the RFL, and hopefully speak to the Yorkshire Juniors as well, and any members of the Leeds and District Committee. We want to look at possibly if we can get any time of Rugby League. We'd like to run festivals with our staff, supporting those throughout the city, not necessarily in a competitive basis, more of a celebration of, you know, a bit of an ease up, and that we can play Rugby League again, and you know, the fun element of actually throwing that ball around again. And, you know, we've got plans of looking into a lot of the ambassador festivals that we run, you know, which are 600 and, you know, 400 people, 1,000 people playing Rugby League over that summer period. We'd like to do mini ones of those all around the city. We've put a proposal together with the RFL, and we're hoping to meet up with the Yorkshire Juniors. If there's any capacity of playing time at all, we'd like to see, if the leagues aren't going to run, we'd like to see that format of Rugby League played with, and we can drive that with our staff to help and support all age groups playing, you know, mini festivals throughout the city. We've been thinking about the indoor touch, autumn indoor touch. If again we've got the capacity to play Rugby League, we'd like to see the indoor touch stuff that we do, the five-a-side indoor touch Rugby League, run in a bigger way, so it's a lot more age groups. It's run every Saturday or Sunday throughout autumn, so that'd actually give a little bit more flavour to, you know, for people to play Rugby League again. So festivals, hopefully, autumn Rugby League, indoor touch festivals, hopefully, and any other support we can give, and any other ideas that are acceptable, you know, when we get the nod for when it opens up. You know, we've got ideas, we've got lots of ideas, and we haven't finished yet. You know, we are meeting up as staff, you know, to look at ideas for Rugby League. But as I say again, it all depends on what we can do. But we're in preparation for that, and our planning is it will be works around that. Yeah, I think look out for our videos, and if you've seen Elvis out there as well, he's got some videos out there, some Rugby League sessions. But a lot of our staff are doing you know, training sessions and fitness sessions. Keep fit. Talk to your mates loads. That is massive. Make sure you get out there, get some fresh air, guys, and you know, girls. Everybody, get out there. But make sure you're talking to your friends. It's massive, is that part of it. And just be patient, because we will be back and we will be playing Rugby League. Because there's only one winner today and every day, and that is Rugby League.